I'm a 19-year-old female, and this happened to me about a month ago. It was a Thursday night, cool and quiet, and just the right kind of still that made everything feel slower than it was. I had just gotten off a long shift at the diner, hair pulled into a messy bun and my sneakers coated in syrup and spilled soda. The kind of night where all you want is a hot shower and some silence. Face wash, tampons, dry shampoo, and I was out of popcorn, which felt like a crime in itself. Target was open until 10, and it was only 9:42 when I pulled into the half-empty parking lot. As I grabbed my little red basket and walked inside, the automatic doors whooshed open and let out a quiet sigh, like they were just as tired as I was. The store felt peaceful, almost therapeutic, the kind of place where you would walk in for one thing and leave with 20. I meandered to the beauty section, enjoying the cool air and the oddly comforting scent of plastic and laundry detergent. That's when I noticed them. 3 men mid to late 20s, maybe even early 30s. One wore a black hoodie, the second a backwards cap, the third had shaggy hair and this way too long stare. At first, I thought nothing of it. People exist, men shop, no big deal. But it wasn't the kind of glance that ends. They kept looking. I turned down the skincare aisle. After a minute or two, one of them rounded the corner. Hoodie guy. He stood a few feet away, pretending to look at body wash. I kept my cool and grabbed a random cleanser off the shelf. Then I walked to the feminine hygiene section. Cap guy appeared. He didn't say anything, just lingered. I moved again towards snacks. Shaggy hair followed. It felt like a game that I hadn't agreed to play, a sick silent version of tag. I circled aisles, taking random turns. Once I stopped in a nearly empty section and just waited. 10 seconds later, 2 of them passed the end of the aisle like they were patrolling. My hands started to shake. I didn't want to overreact. I didn't want to be that girl who assumes the worst. But I stopped walking, and so did they. And when I doubled back, they did too. That's when I realized something. They weren't shopping. They were watching me. I clutched my basket tighter and walked briskly, but not running, to the front of the store. I found the customer service desk where a young guy in a red shirt and khakis stood restocking a shelf of returns. His name tag said Jeremy. "Hey," I said, trying to keep my voice calm. "I think I'm being followed." He froze and then looked me in the eyes. I must have really looked terrified because he didn't question me. He just said, "Stay right there." He spoke into a walkie-talkie clipped to his belt, murmuring something about code yellow, then turned back to me. "You're okay. You're not alone. We'll walk you out." He called another employee over, an older woman named Carla who had the no-nonsense energy of someone who's seen everything. Together, they walked with me toward the exit, flanking me on both sides. I glanced behind us. The men were at the other end of the store now, standing together, watching. I couldn't hear their voices, but I could feel their eyes burning right into me. No purchases in hand, no cards, just standing, waiting. Once we reached the sliding doors, I told Jeremy which car was mine. He insisted on walking all the way with me, scanning the lot like a hawk. I thanked him maybe 3 times before I finally got to my car and slid inside, locking the doors instantly. He waited until I turned on the ignition and pulled away. I didn't cry until I made it to the stoplight at the edge of the plaza. My body had been on autopilot, hyper-aware, adrenaline-fueled, and now that I was finally out of there, it all just hit me at once. The truth is, nothing happened in the traditional sense. They didn't touch me. They didn't speak to me. But the threat was there, unspoken, looming, and that kind of fear stays with you. To every woman hearing this, please never let your guard down. Don't wait to make sure it's real. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Always park in your lights. Keep your head up. Watch for shadows. Trust your instincts even when the world tells you you're overreacting. We don't get the luxury of brushing off our fear. Not in this world. Speak up. Ask for help. You're not being dramatic. You're being smart. And maybe, just maybe, that awareness could save your life. Be safe. Watch your back and never apologize for protecting yourself.